as Murli sir is having some internet issues, it seems, with his system. Okay, so he asked me to continue the class. Clear? So now I think in the last class we completed the preparation methods of carboxylic acids. Okay, so from there only we will continue again. So the next one is the physical properties. Physical properties of carboxylic acids. Physical properties of carboxylic acids. In that, the first one. Okay, so now see clearly, everyone know aliphatic carboxylic acids. Aliphatic carboxylic acids up to 9 carbon atoms. Aliphatic carboxylic acids up to 9 carbon atoms. 9 carbon atoms are colorless liquids. Are colorless liquids with unpleasant odor. With unpleasant odor. That means unpleasant smell, what I want to say. So aliphatic carboxylic acids up to 9 carbon atoms are colorless liquids with unpleasant odor. Followed? Now, coming to the point of the next physical property. Okay, remember everyone, higher carboxylic acids. Higher carboxylic acids are wax-like solids. Higher carboxylic acids are wax-like solids. That means not completely solids. We can say that they are semi-solids. Followed everyone? Completed? Now, coming to the point of the next one then. Okay, so now next one is that carboxylic acids have higher boiling point. Carboxylic acids have higher boiling point. Carboxylic acids have higher boiling point than aldehydes and ketones. Carboxylic acids have higher boiling point than aldehydes and ketones. Due to what? Hydrogen bonding. Due to hydrogen bonding. Clear? Due to hydrogen bonding. Okay, now next is that, okay, aliphatic carboxylic acids. So see clearly, next one, aliphatic carboxylic acids. Aliphatic carboxylic acids up to 4 carbon atoms. Aliphatic carboxylic acids up to 4 carbon atoms are miscible with water. Aliphatic carboxylic acids up to 4 carbon atoms are miscible with water. miscible with water. Okay, and remember, higher carboxylic acids are there now. They are insoluble in water. Higher carboxylic acids are insoluble in water because as the length of the carbon chain is increasing, extent of hydrogen bonding decreases. As the length of the carbon chain is increasing, extent of hydrogen bonding decreases. Is it clear, everyone? Higher carboxylic acids are insoluble in water because carbon chain length is increasing and extent of hydrogen bonding, what happens? Decreases then. I hope it is completed, everyone. Okay, so these are all the important physical properties of carboxylic acids. I hope you people copied all these things. Okay, now let us go to the chemical properties of acids then. Let us go to the chemical properties of acids. Clear, everyone? Chemical properties of acids. Okay, in that first one is acidic strength. Acidic strength. First one is acidic strength. Most important concept. Many examples we have to take in this one. Okay, in the 11th class chemistry, you might have heard about the ionic equilibrium. That is nothing but acids and bases. So there you might have learned 3 theories. Okay, so now that we are going to see here. So first of all, according to Arrhenius, so according to Arrhenius, what is an acid? Okay, here I am writing this. According to Arrhenius, H plus ion donor in water, this is important. H plus ion donor in water is an acid. H plus ion donor in water is an acid. The substance which donates H plus in water is an acid. Completed. Okay. Now, here one more theory is that Lowry-Bronsted. Clear. So, according to Bronsted theory, okay, just remember proton donor is acid, but there is no condition of water here. That is the main difference between Arrhenius and Bronsted theory. Proton donor is acid. Proton donor is acid. Next is one more theory, that is Lewis theory. So now, according to Lewis theory, okay, according to Lewis theory, so according to Lewis theory is what? Electron pair acceptor is an acid. Electron pair acceptor is an acid. Electron pair acceptor is an acid. So these are the three basic theories of acids and bases. Completed. Now here let me take one equation. Now let us think here Ha is an acid. So when acid dissociates, what happened here? H plus ions are formed and A minus ions are formed here. Since this is reversible, we can define K equilibrium. K equilibrium is Ka nothing but here. So Ka is equal to H plus concentration into A minus concentration by Ha concentration, products concentration by reactants concentration. That is the Ka. Clear? So now once you see here Ka and H plus concentration both are directly proportional. So we can frame one important thing here is that Ka is directly proportional to the acidic strength. Ka is directly proportional to the acidic strength. Hope you are able to understand everyone. Okay. Now you might have heard one more formula in that lesson only. So pKa is equal to minus log Ka. Clear everyone? So if you remove the minus, then what we will get? Log 1 by Ka. Okay. So now see clearly acidic strength, okay, is inversely proportional to pKa. Acidic strength is inversely proportional to pKa. So now once you see these two boxes here, acidic strength directly proportional to Ka and acidic strength inversely proportional to pKa. Hope you are able to understand this one. Completed. Now here, so I can come to a conclusion that stronger acids have high Ka value and low pKa value. Stronger acids have high Ka value and low pKa value. I hope you people are able to understand this one. Stronger acids have high Ka value and low pKa value. Clear? Now, one important thing again that I want to discuss here is that, so for example, Ha gives what? H plus and A minus ion. Followed, this A minus ion is there now, it is what? Anion. Okay, and this is what, tell me, acid, since it had given H plus ions. So remember everyone, as the stability of anion is increasing, acidic strength also increases. As the stability of anion is increasing, acidic strength also increases. Clear? That means here strength of an acid, okay, this is very important point here. Strength of an acid is directly proportional to what? Stability of anion. Strength of an acid is directly proportional to stability of anion. Followed, if anion is more stable, then corresponding acid is strong acid. Okay. So now here, next important thing in this one is that I can write like this. Okay. So stronger acids forms stable anion. Stronger acids form stable anion, and this is the most important point. Entire acidic strength depends on this point only. Okay, so this is the most important point. Remember everyone, entire acidic strength is depending only on this point. If you understand this point clearly, entire acidic strength will be easy. So please respond here. Is everything clear, everyone? Please respond to the chat box. Acidic strength, are you able to understand? Why very few of you are responding? Clear, everyone? Right. Now, let me go back here. So now, here, stronger acids will form stable anion. Now, see clearly, everyone now. For example, here, one thing I want to tell you, okay? Now, look here, everyone. Here, this acid is there now, it is liberating H plus ion. When it can liberate H plus ion? When the anion is strong here. When the anion is strong, clear? When this anion is there now, if the anion is stable, what I want to say? If the anion is stable, see, first of all, one thing I want to tell you, this is neutral. This is ion. Okay, tell me, neutral more stable or ion more stable? Means neutral only more stable. But this reaction is moving from more stable state to less stable state. Clear? So when it is feasible, you know, at least anion should be stable. Then only the reaction is feasible. Then only this reaction is feasible. At least anion should be stable. If anion is stable, then this acid is there now. This acid can give H plus very easily. The acid which donates H plus very easily is a stronger acid. Clear? Now, stability of anion depends on what factors then? That is also important to be discussed here. Okay. So, stability of anion. Stability of anion depends on two factors. Okay. What are the two? First one, electronegativity. Clear? Second one, size. First one, electronegativity. Second one, size. Clear? When electronegativity is used? Electronegativity is used when all the given atoms belonging to same period of the periodic table. When all the given atoms belongs to same period of the periodic table. when the size is used when given atoms belongs to same group of the periodic table. I will take some examples also here. When electronegativity is used, when size is used, all these things I will discuss here. But remember everyone, these 2 points are very important points here. Electronegativity is used, clear, when all the atoms belongs to same period. Size is used when all the atoms belongs to same group. Okay, here I will take one example, then again I will see your response. Now, for example, let me take here 4 compounds here. Okay, first one methane, second one ammonia, third one H2O, fourth one HF. I want to know which of them is strong acid. How to know that one? So first of all, remove the H plus, then form the anion. Clear? Similarly, ammonia also remove the H plus, form the anion. Okay, and here also, if you remove the H plus, then you will get the OH minus ion. And in the last one, if you remove the H plus, then negative charge will be on fluorine. So here you see now, in first one, negative charge on carbon, second one, negative charge on nitrogen, next oxygen, next fluorine. Carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine belongs to same period. When the same period is there, then we have to depend on what? Electronegativity you see. So you know fluorine more electronegative. So negative charge on more electronegative atom, more stable. Na? Therefore, now here, from here to here, stability of anion is increasing. Negative charge on more electronegative atom is more stable. So stability of anion is increasing. Clear? Then what is the acidic strength order of the given compounds? That is the Ka order. When F minus is more stable, its corresponding acid should be strong acid then. So HF is strong acid when compared to H2O, when compared to ammonia, when compared to methane. Clear? So this is the acidic strength order. Followed everyone? Acidic strength order. Why HF is strong acid? Why? Because its anion is more stable. Clear everyone? So tell me, any doubts in this question? Please respond here. Any doubts in this question? Please respond. Any doubts in this question? I think you understood that why HF is strong acid. Followed everyone? Right. Now let me take here one more example. Okay. One more example I am taking here now. So now here I am taking now one more example. I want to know which is strong acid among HF, HCl, HBr, HI. HF, HCl, HBr, HI. Clear? So now again the same thing you do. Remove the proton and form the anion F minus. Similarly here also remove the proton, form the anion Cl minus. Here now remove the proton here also and the anion is Br minus. Now similarly remove the proton, form the anion. Fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine belongs to same group. So as I told you here, when they are same group, then depend on the size. When same group is there, depend on the size. So now tell me, which can accommodate negative charge more effectively? Means iodine. Due to its large size in its vacant d orbital, iodine can accommodate negative charge more effectively. Therefore, from here to here, now stability of anion, what happened? Tell me. Stability of anion is increasing. When the stability of anion is increasing, then correspondingly acidic strength also increases. Then clear. So what is the acidic strength order here? HI is stronger acid here when compared to HBr, when compared to HCl and HF. Followed? So please respond here. I hope it is clear to everyone. In groups also, is it clear everyone? In groups and periods, how to see acidic strength, I think it is clear. When the group atoms are given, depend on the size. When same period elements are given, then depend on the electronegativity. Followed everyone? Please respond. I'm not getting answer from anyone. Okay, right. Now, coming to the point of the one more important thing that I want to discuss. Okay, remember everyone, stability of anion also depends on what? One more important thing here. Okay, remember everyone, stability of anion is directly proportional to electron withdrawing groups, is inversely proportional to electron donating groups. So remember everyone, anion stability of anion is directly proportional to electron withdrawing groups, clear, and inversely proportional to electron donating groups. That means electron donating groups will destabilize the anion. Electron withdrawing groups will stabilize the anion. So now tell me, when electron withdrawing groups are there, anion stability what happened? Increases. When anion stability increases, correspondingly acidic strength also increases. Therefore, I can come to a conclusion like this here. Okay, so now acidic strength, this is the final conclusion. Acidic strength is directly proportional to electron withdrawing groups. Acidic strength is inversely proportional to electron donating groups. Clear? Acidic strength directly proportional to electron withdrawing groups and inversely proportional to electron donating groups. Is it clear? Is it clear, everyone? Please respond. Followed now, everyone. So I think you understood now. Electron withdrawing groups will increase the acidic strength. Electron donating groups will decrease the acidic strength. Okay. Now let us take some examples to explain this one. Okay. Now here, for example, I want to take now CH3COOH, acetic acid, then CH2ClCOOH, chloroacetic acid, then CHClClCOOH, dichloroacetic acid. Followed. Now see clearly here chlorine is there, that is minus I group. That means electron withdrawing group. It increases the acidic strength. In third one, you see 2 chlorines are there. That means 2 minus I groups are there. And in first one, you see CH3 is there. CH3 is the plus I. That means electron donating group. Decreases the acidic strength. Clear? So now among these three, if we see the acidic strength order, okay, third one greater than, second one greater than first one. Clear? Third one greater than, second one greater than first one. I hope this question is clear to everyone. Clear, everyone? This question is clear to everyone. Followed? Okay. Now I want to compare here. Still some more acids I want to take here. Now, for example, let me take the formic acid. Okay. Now let me take the acetic acid, ethanoic acid. Next, I want to take the propanoic acid. Clear? First one methanoic, second one ethanoic, third one propanoic acids. Completed. So now we have to see which is strong acid here. So first of all, you see here CH3 is there. So CH3 is the plus I group, that means electron donating group. And I think you know, as the number of carbons are increasing, plus I effect also increases. So here plus I effect is more, that means electron donating tendency is more here. Clear, everyone? And in first one, hydrogen is there, neither plus I nor minus I. Clear? Therefore, if we see the Ka order, first one is stronger acid when compared to second one and third one. First one is stronger acid when compared to second one and third one. Methanoic greater than ethanoic greater than propanoic, like that it will continue. Completed. Let us take here one more comparison. Okay, and that is the formic acid versus benzoic acid. Formic acid versus benzoic acid. This comparison I want to do here. Okay, so first of all, we will form the anions. So now, what is the anion of the formic acid? This one. Remove the H plus. Followed, everyone. Then what happens when the negative charge comes here? Pi bond will go here. Clear? So if you write the canonical form of this one, then you will get this one HCO minus double bonded O. Followed, everyone. And these are the two equivalent resonance structures. Equivalent resonance structures. Followed? Now, similarly, if you take the benzoic acid anion, if you take the anion of the benzoic acid, okay, C double bonded O, O minus, This is the anion of the benzoic acid. Clear? Now, when the pi bond goes here, then this pi bond has to go here. Followed? Now, if we write the canonical form of this one, okay, so if we write the canonical form of this one, then here you'll get the double bonded C O minus, then here O minus. So here you'll get the positive charge and pi bond. Now in the first one you see 3 pi bonds are there in the ring. In second one you see 2 pi bonds are there in the ring. Are they equal or unequal? They are unequal resonance structures. So anion of what I want to say, benzoic acid is having unequal resonance structures. Unequal resonance structures. Clear? So now tell me, whose anion is more stable? Anion of formic acid or anion of benzoic acid? Whose anion is more stable? Anion of formic acid is more stable. So remember everyone, formic acid is the stronger acid when compared to benzoic acid. Clear? Formic acid is the stronger acid when compared to benzoic acid. Okay, tell me, any doubts in this one? Any doubts in formic acid, benzoic acid comparison? Please respond. Anion of formic acid is stable when compared to benzoic acid. Followed everyone? Right. Remaining comparisons we will see in the next class. Here I will be showing you the slides from the starting onwards. Okay. So starting onwards, I am showing you the slides. If any slide is missing, take the screenshot. Okay. Next one. Chemical properties of acids.